So R. Kelly, once again, people talking about him, and R. Kelly is possibly facing another stint in jail behind child support. Now, you remember R. Kelly had went to jail behind child support maybe a month or so ago. He had to pay all that money to get out. The judge did not lower his child support. His child support was $20,800 a month. R. Kelly say, I can't afford that at all. I need y'all to lower that child support, judge. But the judge say, forget that. I'm not lowering no child support for you, R. Kelly. So ever since he paid the amount to get out of jail, R. Kelly has not paid a dime in child support. Even though R. Kelly recently did a performance that at a nightclub, they were charging $100 a ticket. They say R. Kelly got $20,000 out of that nightclub performance. Now, if I was in R. Kelly situation, I'd be doing a lot of nightclub performances at this moment. Even though people, have issues with R. Kelly, he still have fans. And this is the conundrum I'm going to say about R. Kelly. You know what he's accused of, but R. Kelly's body and music made people think like, and that is the same thing with the Cardi B situation, right? Cardi B admits to drugging and robbing dudes. Then people like her music, and it puts people and it's amazing how we will put our like of music and maybe the artists themselves over some things they admitted to doing, which Cardi B did, or those we're being accused of. Like I said, I can't really say nothing about R. Kelly. He hasn't been convicted of anything as of yet. As of right now, no matter what, it's alleged. And that's just kind of the way we have to look at that. But R. Kelly is always getting caught up in some situation. They had some reports saying he only had $13 in his bank account, but then they said another bank account he had over 100,000. Another one he had about $40,000 in his other bank account. Now they say his landlord was suing him because he wasn't paying the rent on the studio. Landlord won, so he could take money out of his bank account to pay his rent. So R. Kelly not paying his child support, R. Kelly not paying his rent. Just a bunch of, low class things that R. Kelly is doing right at this moment. Now, my thing is this. R. Kelly at one point in time was worth close to, I think, $100 million. Where did the money go, bruh? That's what I want to know. It's like, I don't understand people that get hundreds of millions of dollars, and like, you couldn't say, you know what, I'm going to take this amount of money, I'm going to put this up in a account, I'm going to leave it. I ain't got to worry about it. A good interest bearing account. Matter of fact, I would even suggest for you to take a certain amount of money and put it in the Cayman Islands or somewhere else. Don't even put it in the U.S. because in the Cayman Islands, it gets so much interest. The money, that's why people do that. It gets so much interest outside the U.S. That's what I would do if I was them and getting that kind of bread. I mean, shoot, even on the small scale, sometimes you think about things like that. Say, shoot, man, go to Cayman Islands, start an account and just throw some money in there. Then you can do your online banking and just transfer money or whatever, just to build up something, to have some sort of savings somewhere else. I'm just saying. And that's why a lot of these people do that. These big wigs, they go have accounts in different nations or whatever, just so they don't spend it. Or, now some of them do dirt with that. I'm not saying do dirt, but we're just saying to get some extra, money somewhere else in the accounts or whatever. But R. Kelly didn't do that. I guess he was, tricking off his money or bad. He said bad business deals. To me, it doesn't make sense, especially you come from nothing. You come from the hood, like all of us. You make it, you get that kind of money, and then now you're looking at your broke. You should never be broke. When you get that kind of money, that's like supposed to be legacy. I mean, your kid's supposed to never be broke. You get what I'm saying? So that, to me, that's sad when you get that much money and you're broke. But then, of course, you look at his business. He had no control of anything. The labels had control of anything. Like you said, he couldn't read. That's his own fault. You get that kind of money, you can hire the best tutors in the world to come tutor you, to teach you. It's no excuse. It's none at all. Seriously. And they got free GED programs if you need to learn how to read half the time. So for any black person to be illiterate in the United States of America, that's your own fault, especially if you're grown. You can't put everything off on someone else. Now, R. Kelly, he keep on keeping on. Them folks gonna lock him up again for child support. Now, if R. Kelly was doing the right thing, What he should have did a long time ago is try to negotiate, if he could, because I don't know this situation, negotiate with her, a certain amount and just be done with it. Because I've read stories where men that with money, they just go ahead and negotiate a certain amount for that. And they say, look, I'm going to pay you this lump sum. Let's get it and get the judge signed off, and then that's what be done. See, R. Kelly did that a long time ago when he had all that money. That way he would be in this situation. Say, look, I'm going to pay you your X amount of years right now. I'm going to give you all lump sum and I'm done. And there's been judges that signed off on that because literally it's going to be the exact same thing. It'll be in per month. Because see, right now, he would be in this situation worrying about no $20,000. Now, I know a lot of men going to say, man, that's a lot of money in child support. Well, they base it off of your income. And me personally, I believe that income-based child support is the wrong system anyway. I believe they should do it's a model called income share. It's an income share model. It's not a percentage. And basically look at what you get, what the other spouse get, look at what the child needs, and they come up with a number there and they split it. I mean, that's more fair versus that percentage. That percentage is just horrible. And then they don't even have no caps. I mean, come on, let's be real. No kid spends $20,000 a month in no child support. It doesn't. And then, they had that argument about, well, it should get the same life, the child, the father. Technically, you'll never have the life of the father, no matter what amount of money is being sent, okay? Because living with the father would be the way to get the same life as the father. I'm just saying. But they justify a lot of that, and I don't know why that's like a touchy subject to me. That's one of those American entitlement things, that system. Because if you do the research on the child support system, that was created to take care of white women way, way back in the 1700s, when the white man, if he decided to walk away from her, that was a protection, like as part of the poor laws for the white woman. Okay. Because at one point in time, the white woman couldn't do nothing. She couldn't work. She couldn't own property. She couldn't vote. She couldn't do anything. So if a white man left his white woman, it was devastating because she had nothing. Literally, she was going to be homeless. So they had to do that. And that's actually understandable. But you look at this day and time, hey, women vote, women own property, women are CEOs, women could do anything a man can do these days. I mean, and yet they have not amended certain systems that's put in place, like women are kind of held back because, women are doing great. I mean, you look at this website, YouTube, a woman's a CEO. There you go. So women are doing very well in society. But, R. Kelly, them folks gonna lock him up. I mean, he keep on keeping on. They're going to lock him up, and it just is what it is. Now, according to what I'm seeing here, as I'm looking by his children, he have a child that's 19, a child that's 21, and a child that's 17. So I don't know if he's still paying child support. Probably child support on the last child, Robert Kelly Jr., the 17-year-old. But man, if that's the case, and dude, you got at least a year left of child support, and you be done, man. Pay your mess, man, and then you be free not to have to deal with child support no more. Have a child support release party. You get what I'm saying? Invite all your friends and family and whoever else, and just celebrate you not paying child support no more. I mean, if anybody feel that's wrong, forget you, because you don't pay child support. That's why you feel that's wrong. But these people ain't playing with R. Kelly. It is what it is. But leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about the situation with R. Kelly once again facing possibly jail time for not paying his child support. R. Kelly, you got to do better, man. You got to do better. You got to pay your child support, and all other mess you got going on. It's crazy. You have gotten to that point in your life.